Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link. On July 4th, 1962, I found myself in the lost and found of mankind. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that it wants to be there. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that the person who lost it doesn't care for that lost item.
You are writing moments that people will learn from, grow from, and heal through for thousands of years. Together, we are co-authoring a unique moment in time. That DNA, those fingerprints, they're going to be gone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But it is your story that they will tell for thousands of years, but only if you leave it. Things that do not serve you must go. The longer you wait, the more time you give them to trick you into serving them. 22 homes in foster care, everything I wore as a scar, as a shame, things that started like Velcro on my spirit. After just a few months, then years, then decades, I had believed myself into believing that they were indelible tattoos. Sometimes we have to be broken down to appreciate the view once we start getting up. I want you to leave this place and know that you have been changed. Why? How do I know it's true? Because each of you has just changed.
my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
I'm so happy I can sing a song that has no words. I'm just making it up as I go. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. One more. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. Well, because yesterday was snow on the ground, and that took a little getting used to. I'm saying we know what's coming every year here in Chicagoland, but geez, and then wait a minute, that wasn't the real thing. Boy, I predicted it. We say this every year. Every year it gets earlier and earlier. Last night I sat down to just enjoy myself. Like what was it? Last night was Survivor. It was Survivor night, right? 5 Christmas commercials in a row. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I mean, really? Jesus, Halloween's body wasn't even cold yet. Wow. But anyway, welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Dr. Lauren, and I'm so happy to be here. Seriously, it's such an honor. I want you to know that every single day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, to get to wake up and come here and just know that immediately I'm going to be a part of one of the greatest promises the universe ever made. And that's that one that guarantees us where 2 or more of us comes together. And we're just there to say, I agree in this quest for our highest selves. I agree. I am in agreement with you that we must do whatever we can, however we can, to ease just an itty bitty little piece of suffering in the world. I just love that we get to do that together. So kick things off. There's the bell of purpose here every day, and I ring it on purpose with purpose, because just like that bell, you guessed it, the truth, it has a ring to it. And in here nowadays, everything, we're doing a million things at the same time. They call it multitasking, but I don't want us to ever get so busy that we miss the truth. Can I get an amen? Okay. Listen, real quick reminder, the 2nd day of November, we are inside of National Adoption Month. So, I want to celebrate all of the people in this world, past, present, and future, who have honored this thing known as adoption, giving worthy children forever homes. And I was one of those kids, so I know how important that moment can be. So if you or someone you know is interested in knowing more, learning more, doing more as far as how you might help, here's a place to start: adoptuskids.org. I know them well. Get over and check out the website. I'll drop that link inside your comment section before the conclusion of today's broadcast for easy access. So who do we have here today? I've been looking forward to this one, and not just because she's another talk show virgin. This is her first time. We have okay. I knew it. All I had to do. It's so odd. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to go with it. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm so excited about this. The people that have been on here for the RPXP takeover last week, the week before, 24 robbers knocking at the door. So 2 weeks now. Next week, we have 3 shows, I believe, Monday through Wednesday, where we will wrap up this takeover run. And boy, it has just been incredible. And today is no exception. Krystia Rae is here. And I wore pink on purpose. Why? Well, I like it. I love it. But I want it to wait a minute. I am not techie. I'm trying to pull something up so you guys can see it. Okay. Look, here's why. God. Oh, I need to scooch back. I was looking in here, peeking around. Look, everything is like pinky, right? And I'll look at that. Look at this. Yes, a conscious healing space filled with all things love, light, and energy. Isn't that what it feels like? Right? Okay, so I'm so excited. Krystia Rae is here. Met her at RPXP. You guys know I had that life-changing moment. I told you guys, you've heard me. Oh, I was telling my husband, I said, guess who's on my show this morning? He said, who? I said, all I had to do was the cradling motion. Her, right, right. Changed my life. And it could have never happened if she hadn't invited it to happen, not even knowing that this cradling ceremony at the RPXP experience was going to, I'm only speaking for me, changed my life, y'all. So get ready to have your own life changed, because I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Put your hearts on the screen. It's our virtual way of saying welcome and rolling out the red carpet, because here she comes, Krystia Rae. Now, before we even get started, I'm going to just let you know. Oh, the Chicago internet is kind of bootleggy. So it's like it came from the dollar store sometimes. So it freezes me. You keep going, because they'll still hear you and see you. So wait a minute. Let me. Ding, ding, ding. You have my heart. Right? Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. You have a little blonde mini-me.
Yes.
I mean, her hair, the way she was standing. I said, if I could hear her voice, she's exactly like you, just blonde. I'm talking about her daughter, of course.
Yes.
One of them. You have how many kids, Krystia?
I have 3. 2 boys and a girl. Yeah.
2 boys and so she's the only girl?
Yep.
And the baby?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we all know what that all means, right? So how are you? Thank you for getting up with the crack of dawn. It's just a little after 6 a.m. out there in San Diego, right? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm truly honored to get to be here and have this beautiful conversation with you. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm excited to see what wants to come through for us.
Girl. Oh, maybe we'll watch some of the yeah, let's watch the video. I'll pull it up while you're talking and stuff. And this is, I do this all the time, so I'm not just doing it so I'll have an excuse to go pull up the video. But I like to step out for just a minute and let the guests just, you know, give your verbal resume instead of just reading. And on 7 years ago, Krystia Rae was just let you just tell them what you want to tell them. Let's get started. And you just create your own vibe with the audience. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, so I want to try to find the video while you do that.
Okay.
All you take it away.
My name is Krystia Rae, and I own a spiritual wellness center in San Diego, California. It is truly my passion and honor to get to bring people together in sacred ceremony to help them remember the truth of who they are. We bring people together in different experiences to allow them to explore their different gifts, wisdoms, passions, and talents that live inside of all of us. I believe we're all extremely unique, and we have so many gifts inside of us that sometimes we have no idea exist. And we need to take the time to go within to really find out what's waiting to be found and explored and shared. And I feel we're truly happy when we get to know who we are at the deepest, most intimate levels. We know what our gifts are, what our talents are, our passions are. And then we begin to share them with our friends, our loved ones, our community in service to humanity. I believe that we can all make a change just by changing ourselves. When we go within and we change different parts of ourselves and we heal ourselves, we are then also healing the planet, because every person that we come in contact with at our newer, brighter, better version of ourselves gets to experience that. And there's an exchange, whether they consciously know it or unconsciously know it, they get to have the gift of you doing the work that you've done for yourself.
Well, look at you. Wow. Little Miss Natural.
Thank you for wearing my signature color. I love it.
I know. It was in honor of, right. If I had a pink bathrobe, Might be on a Christmas list for somebody. Well, I have a purple robe and a viewer sent it to me last year. So,
Oh.
and you see, I didn't reject it. So if anybody's feeling like buying me a pink robe. So listen, so glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I showed a little, I don't even know where to begin with you. Okay. I know. Well, tell everybody about the website, the center, a little bit about that. So when they're in the San Diego area, they can visit, or because I don't know if you have products and things like that that they might be able to find online without. So tell them that so we get that out of the way so we can get into. I want to start with cacao.
Yeah, so I have a spiritual wellness boutique that is also an event space. So we host cacao ceremonies, new moon ceremonies, full moon ceremonies, breath workshops, intuition, human design, astrology, all the different ways and experiences to, again, tune into who you are. We also have healing services, so a lot of energy healing services. We have a naturopathic doctor, a doctor of acupuncture medicine, to really allow us healing on the physical level as well as the emotional and spiritual. We also have a healing foods cafe that has organic, gluten-free, plant-based food to heal through the body as well.
Well, goodness gracious. All you need now is a roller coaster in that joint, and it'll be the new Dollywood. I'm not kidding. So I got to ask, I just want to know, because I haven't seen it. So on the outside, are there other like businesses near you?
Yeah. I'm on a street where you can it's kind of a walkability street. So there's a bunch of other, but there's only one me,
So when you first started,
yes,
you were just getting moved in. People, oh, did you see there's a new shop going in, blah, blah, and they found out. How many people you think were like, are they witches?
Yeah.
No, seriously, really?
Yeah.
They thought it was something. So what's really going on back in there? Were they looking like over your shoulder? Where's your cauldron? So tell us about that. How was the awakening of the people around you? This is not the kind of place you hear about all the time. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I opened during COVID, so it was a time where people were really disconnected, and the message inside of me was so strong that I needed to do this now and bring people back together. So I started to open up my circles during COVID when people weren't even meeting yet, and bringing people back together, bringing them back to themselves, and bringing them back into community. So it was actually really received because we were lacking that connection.
Yeah.
And it was the perfect timing for me to open the space.
So how long ago? So that was in what, 2022?
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
And so how do your neighbors feel about what you do there now, and how's the business doing?
Everybody absolutely loves it. Our neighbors, the community council always comes and says, thank you so much for bringing this to our community. Like, we have been received by everyone in the most beautiful, incredible way. Like, they know that we came here to bring love and light to our community and bring people together again, and to remember that love is everywhere.
Yes, it is. Okay, my ADHD took over, because you know how I feel about your backdrop.
Yeah.
You've talked about this backdrop several times, you guys. She even offered to did you say I'll make one and send it to you?
Yeah.
That's how it sounded through my ear, so we'll leave it at that. So anyway, no, but do you by chance know, this would be a great contest. How many flowers are back there?
I don't know.
I know. You should have a contest and let people put guesses, and then have some official counters come.
I love it. That's a great idea.
And have people just stop by to put in their guess.
Yes.
Okay, now you guys see what I mean. Look what happens when you're around this woman. Spiritual magic. Speaking of, I might start feeling some kind of way, but I got to take it there because I want to tell people about how you changed my life and didn't even know you were doing it. Can you tell us, and then I'm going to show a little bit about, I found the clip. Tell us, first of all, what brought you to RPXP to the retreat when I was there? I know you're in the community, but I have a feeling, I don't know why, because no one said this to me and you haven't shared this with me, but I have a feeling something was trying to keep you from there. Like you almost didn't. It feels like you almost thought you weren't, like it was last minute, everything opened up or something. Talk about that. Because that ties into that moment, and things will always try to get in our way to stop us or keep us or delay us from those miraculous milestones known as miracles.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So go ahead. Tell everybody about what led up to it, and then we'll show the clip.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Your intuition is on point. I have been going through some major transitions in my life, and I had reached out to Monty and John and said, I cannot show up. I was like, I am just going through way too much. I just don't think I can be there. I had too much emotion moving through me, and I was just navigating a lot of pain that I was experiencing in my life. And so I didn't show up the first day. Everybody was calling me that night and they're like, where are you? We really want you to be here. And I was just like, I don't think so. So then Tuesday morning, the next day, I woke up and I was feeling a little bit lighter. And I was like, okay, maybe. And I, waited till half the day. So I didn't even show up when it started in the morning. I waited half the day through. And I was like, no, like I felt the call. I was like, I need to be here. I need to show up for myself. I was hosting a cacao ceremony that evening. And I was like, I need to show up for that. I need to show up for the gifts that I have that I get to share with others, that move others, that take others into that space inside of us that allows them to open up. And so while I didn't feel like I could necessarily show up for myself in that moment, I was like, well, I'm going to show up for them. I said I was going to do this in business. It's like the hardest thing to do is show up. And that's what they were teaching me in our at the Red Pill. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to show up because of that. So you're right. It took me a journey to arrive that day.
Wow. I didn't know it was all. Wow. Okay. So you got there. And then, and here's another reason I know what I know that I didn't know I knew, but I know. Figure that one out.
Yeah.
About you. I know in my world, whenever something is a first, I have kind of created this extra layer of reverence around something that's a first, because I had so many of those in foster care. I could have a first house 3 times in 1 week, a first day in a new school 3 times in 1 week. So I had to learn about the beauty of first, how they create some of our strongest and most divine memories. Okay. People remember their first apartment, their first boyfriend or girlfriend, their first, child, all kinds of things. So the cacao ceremony and also the experience with the bowls. I had never experienced either one. I didn't even know. I still, this morning when I was typing in cacao, I was using K's instead of C's. Seriously, because I've not even seen the word. But I'm like, wait a minute. Is that like how we got cocoa? So anyway, yeah. And so I was looking forward to coming in there, had my little spot all picked out when I saw them laying the mats out. I'm going to be right here. And then I had some dark energy moving around. And so I came in and I sat down. You were up front. They were passing out the cacao. I can't help. I'd say it like that. I don't know. It sounds like it sounds to me when I see that word, it's like I'm watching Batman and the words on the screen inside the explosion bubbles, cacao, like that. That's how I see it. So anyway, I know ADHD, isn't it something? Gotta love it. So I sat in the back and something told me, no, when you do this, you want to do it completely. You don't want to miss or be distracted. It is that beautiful of a sacred thing. And I'm like, well, what are you saying? It's kind of how I said, I'm like, what we're saying. So I got up and took myself out and went back in my little room and tried to get it together. And when I see it in the clip, I'm so, look at it. It makes me feel like I should start whispering. So talk about why you brought that piece I even the next day I did my show in there in the morning. There were some cups of cacao still on a tray somewhere, and then there was some in the kitchen, right? And I had it there, and I had it with just spirit and myself because I was the first one up, and I had it alone, and it was a beautiful thing, not knowing what was coming with you. So talk about your experience, because you talked about the women and this as if, have you visited places? Talk about that a little bit. Tell us about that and why you went and why it's so important and why you do the ceremonies at your spa and everything.
I have went to many places enjoying sacred cacao ceremonies all over the world. To me, what is most important is to bring people into ceremony. So many people have never experienced ritual and ceremony and the sacredness that is available to us when we walk in and we open up that part of ourselves and create a container to access that divine spark, the part of us that is God. And that's why I like to take people into ceremony. The reason why I use cacao is because it is the plant medicine of the heart. On a physical level, it gets the blood pumping to and from the heart. It allows the barriers and the boundaries that we've placed up around our heart to start to fall away so that we can open up our heart space and connect in through the heart in the room. It is full of antioxidants, polyphenols, iron, magnesium. It's truly a superfood. It also allows you to get out of the mind into the body and really open up to the experience, open up to the meditation, and drop you in so that you can experience a deeper understanding of yourself and what's available.
Okay, so you told the story. They served the cacao, and that's when they told me, sorry, you're too dirty right now. I'm just kidding. Get out, right? And so I did. And then you tell us what happened then.
Yeah.
Okay, they drank the cacao, and so it's almost like opening the door to talk about the sound thing.
It's a portal. So I open up a portal and I create a space. I create a container. So I have specific words and prayers that I'm speaking while everybody is holding the cacao. And we hold the cacao near our hearts to really start to have that connection between the heart and the cacao, and really start to infuse your cacao with the words that I'm saying. And so those words are a ritual. They're a sacred ritual and a practice. And when I speak them, they start to create the container. They start to create the space so that people can drop in and so that the work starts to happen. And after that, I invite you to set your intentions and to really use your heart to feel into 3 intentions that you're planning for today, especially when we're in group, when we're in a circle, our power is amplified. So we can tune in to the power of every person in there. We get to tune in to the highest meditator in the space and have more potential for what we're creating together. So we set our intentions into the cacao, and then we drink them and we infuse them into our body. We infuse them into our soul and really into our hearts. And then I invite you to lay down into a comfortable position, and I take you on a shamanic journey to really experience and take you into that frequency of what you're calling in for yourself so that you can shift into that next version of yourself that you're ready to step into.
Oh, and so Lucy loves you. That's Lucy. And this is Lucy. I have a lot of things. I love me some Lucy, clearly. So anyway, yeah, Lucy and Ethel, they're sisters. Ethel's somewhere around. Say hi, Lucy. Say hi. There you go. She loves being on the show. So listen. So then, okay. So it sounds like everything you were preparing us for, okay. So this is what they're telling me. You that night when you did that in that room for all of us, except me, because I had to leave because I was shitty in my head. You really thought that it was really all about us, but everything you just described, you were setting yourself up. Yeah. So let's go to the ceremony. Let's go to the clip.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back and talk about the opening of this clip, and you speak inside the clip. So we're going to get all the way through it. We'll get all the way through it, and then we'll come back in. So let's see. Wait, and I want to take this off the screen because I don't want it to be a distraction. Hold on. So I'm going to take this. So you guys That's going to be, you won't see this ticker taping anymore. I'm going to drop it in the chat for you in the comment section. So don't forget adoption. Thank you. Okay, so let's get them in here. So here we go, you guys. Whew. The moment that one of the moments, because there was a succession of them that truly changed my life. So let me see. Can I get in there? Can I do it? I'm sorry. Why am I nervous about this? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Dismiss. I don't want that. Get off the screen. Okay. Oh. That's you we're holding.
So my name is Chris Gandy, better known as the Tax Wizard. I'm super excited about being a part of John and Monsi's community because it's like family. You meet people and you build relationships over time. And those are the relationships that end up feeding you and sourcing your energy as you continue to build your network and also build your organization and enterprise in a community where you can actually collaborate and also expand each other's wealth.
Hello, my name is Dr. Mansi Shah.
And my name is John Block, and we are the co-founders of Abundant Tribe Leader Collective. Abundant Tribe Leader is a carefully curated collective of influential leaders who are all committed to making a big positive difference in the planet. We bring together these experts to mastermind together to solve the biggest problems facing their business and life inside of this unique container. We have calls, we have retreats, we have master classes, many leadership opportunities. So it's also a platform for visibility. We've created an ecosystem where a lot of business gets exchanged and everyone rises together.
My name is Krystia Rae. For me, being able to share my truth and speak in front of people has been one of the biggest challenges. It was the first time that I chose to invest in myself. In the past, if I was going to invest in anything, I had to ask my husband. I always needed permission. And this time I just really felt it in my heart. I was like, yes, like I need to do this. And so I made that investment in myself. And truly, honestly, my whole entire life has changed because of it. I think when you show up for yourself and you really choose yourself and you make a huge leap of faith, everything changes. So now I'm actually no longer with my husband. I'm getting the keys to my new house within the container of this group. So I've actually stepped into so much abundance through it as well, because it was an abundance container, it was a business container, a higher consciousness container about like choosing yourself and understanding who you are and how to really put that forward in business. And that's what I've really been learning and experiencing through this group.
We empower impactpreneurs to really step into their sovereignty and feel fulfilled with their life. If you break down the whole program, what is it? Abundance. Abundance has to do with unlimited supply, wealth, creation, and then tribe is the whole community. There is no entrepreneur without their tribe. Every entrepreneur has to have the tribe that supports them, the community that builds them. And leadership. Leadership is everything when it comes to entrepreneurship. Every entrepreneur is automatically a leader, and if they don't understand that, that's where failure comes. So we really help hone into these three things, and that's how the collective is formed.
We use the metaphor of the Matrix. So we call our retreats Red Pill Experience as a nod to the Matrix. We look at different systems of control or oppression across our planet. The leaders who are drawn to us are ones who recognize that these systems of control have stopped humanity for too long from having the healthiest, wealthiest existence, and they're committed to do something about it. It's a collective of rebels, of pioneers, of iconoclasts, of rule breakers and disruptors.
What did I get from the RPXP experience? Let's first manifest this one, starting with experience. That's exactly what I got. What I experienced today was something I didn't even know existed. And I'm 61, and I thought, I know I don't know it all, but I thought I knew all that I needed or could dream of having. And I experienced something tonight I didn't even know was possible. it's a renewal of how I will imagine, how I will dream, how I will reach, keep creating my own reality.
I invite you to take a stand by joining the ATL Collective. See how far the rabbit hole goes. See how great you can be. See how abundant you can be. See how strong your leadership can be in this world.
We would love to have you fully committed and also stepping into your fullest potential to impact the world in the way that you're meant to be. So come join us, and we would love to help you in your evolution.
Woo. It happened again.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, wow. I'm there. See what I mean? I'm not even back in the chair right now with you all. I'm there. It's just incredible what happened to me while we were. Let's go to the cradling ceremony part. Like, I'm gonna tell you. Let me take you through the organic experience for me. It started long before we actually got out there on that floor. I remember when it first the rumblings of the possibility of this thing happening started. I started hearing it because, you know, as MC, I'm moving all around, right? And it was a cross between or does she know? Is she okay with it? And it was like some people were very protective. Now, has she agreed? Like, you know, it could be too much. I was like, well, what is this? Some Rosemary's Baby stuff? What's going to happen up here? Because, yeah. But then, and John, I saw a side of him. John something was leading him. That song, all of it. And that's when, as soon as we started lifting you up, I started something. And then it shifted for me when your arm came over your face. I heard in my spirit, they said, because I was like, is she okay? I said, relax, Lauren. Just stay within the moment. This is a soul sob. They told me that was your soul sobbing.
Yeah.
But not in the way that we think it is, as if, oh my God, this is so horrible. No, it was some type of a release. And then when you did that, I'm telling you, I felt and heard like in Matrix form, like when they do that backwards thing, like shards blew off from around you. One of them, I promise you, I don't know what eyes I was looking through, but I saw it like pushing my skin. It didn't break, but then it started pushing out the other side. And I'm like, what in the what's happening? Right. And I started to look to see where it was moving to after me. Who's it going to hit next? And something held me. I wasn't allowed to look. It said, stay within your journey. That is not for you to see. And then I caught a glimpse of the girl right next to me. What was her name? She dark hair, dark skin. She was on the medicine panel, plant medicine panel. Her, I saw her take in a breath. That was like a gasp, a cry, and I promise you, I saw her in many lives. Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy. In many lives, and I heard that she was looking at people being persecuted, women who were being persecuted for what we were celebrating. And she like knew. I'm like, okay. And then you up there, and I literally saw that some part of you up there leave, just completely, and like a new you. And I didn't really realize what had happened with you until you walked up to me a few minutes later. Remember, right out there on the, and I'm staring at you like, and you, it felt like, well, I'll be honest, since we're talking about the RP, XP, and the Matrix metaphor thing, you felt like an oracle. Like when you were talking to me about me, I know the filter that I've always heard what people say about whether they really get it or why they're saying if there's an angle or any of that, because it started when I was little, so I could hear the differences.
Right.
Never had it sounded like the way you sounded to me. So there's my experience. I had to get that out there because I don't want to leave this journey not having told you how grateful I am that you did what you knew you must do that day, because you showed me something. You introduced me to something I did not know existed. In this journey, I really felt and still feel like, oh my God, am I really doing this thing? I mean, am I really evolving to the point where there are no words. So seriously, and your jacket and my shirt were kind of going together that day.
I know.
So tell me, can you share with us what it was like had you ever been up there?
No.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah.
I don't know anything. Okay. So take us to when it came up.
Okay.
The possibility and what happened there and why and what did you expect and what did you get?
Yeah, I had no idea what they had planned. I know Dr. Monsi said she had something planned for me. And they had really been with me along the darkest parts of my journey of the things that I was navigating. And so I think they just wanted to do something really special for me because they had saw the pain that I had been in. And so when they called me in and the crowd started moving back, I started feeling it before I even knew anything that we were going to do. And in that moment, I had a choice. And I was like, am I going to allow myself to feel the depths of everything that wants to be felt right now, not only for myself, but for everyone in that room? Because I knew if I could, it was going to open up something inside of all of you. And so I was like, yes. And so I just started opening and allowing the pain and the sadness and the heartache to surface and, to be witnessed in a way that I've never been witnessed before. And I really understood that it was lifetimes of pain that was moving through me. It was the depths of the darkest sadness that I have ever felt in my life just being released. And I felt it coming out and moving through me and moving through everyone. And everyone was feeling it. Everyone was experiencing it. And then there was a point where it was like the peak of it, where it was like I was completely cracked open. And then I felt like angelic light just start coming in. And I felt this opening and this repairing and this reordering and restructuring of my soul. The parts of me that have been broken and gone and lost for lifetimes came back to me.
I believe it.
Yeah, and put me back together. And I felt light. I felt whole. I felt connected. I felt divine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was explaining what I had been experiencing, you knew exactly what part was what. You knew exactly what was happening with you when I was describing what was happening. So it all made sense to you, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it really did happen.
Yes.
Because you can't imagine how many times since then I've kind of asked myself, because I already know the answer. Yes, it did.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so groundbreaking. There aren't even words.
Mm-hmm.
I'm if I had a 26 syllable word that I actually could say that was accurate, it wouldn't be enough.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be enough.
Mm-hmm.
So that soul sob too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know there were so many elements that I didn't know, but I knew the minute, just like when I heard container there, people describing. Rebecca was the first one I heard when she was talking to me. She started describing this container thing. And I said, no, what is this thing she says? What is this container? But it sounds so familiar, like I've known it all along. But it feels brand new it was an amazing experience.
Mm.
But the thing with you, girl, I am telling you, I can count on one hand in 61 years the experiences that were at that level. And if I had to put them in an order, but I know that one isn't more or less than the
Right.
next, but maybe because it's freshest, top of the list.
Oh, thank you.
Because I understand it now more than ever. Thank God, you know. So talk about what's life been like for you since we were at the retreat, and then we can get into what's coming up for you around this corner known as the future.
Yes. So that was definitely a turning point in my healing journey. And I had so many reservations about showing up, but I always know when I do, magic happens, and magic happened there. And when I left, I was stronger. I was turning towards the future. I was turning towards my new direction, because until that moment, I was still a little bit caught in the past and a little bit entangled in everything that I was leaving behind. And I didn't know how to get out of it. But when I had that experience, it shifted so many things inside of me, and it released the sadness, it released the pain, it released the darkness, so that I could see the future that I was heading towards. And every day since that day has just been getting better and better and better. And even though I experienced the depths of my sadness and pain and darkness, I'm in a new place now where I've been experiencing more happiness and joy and love and connection than I have ever experienced in my life. So I've gotten to understand that I can hold so much duality in my field and still be excited for what's to come, but also still hold, the challenges that life brings you. That's what I really got to understand, is like, yes, this, but also this. And what are we going to focus on? What are we going to turn towards? And we have all of these gifts and tools inside of us that can help us navigate these challenging moments. And when we create a community, I received so much love from my community through this experience. And without them, I don't think I would have been able to transform in the amount of time that I have transformed. And my community members, my customers, my clients, and all the people, they have been coming in and they're like, who are you? You're a completely different version of yourself. Like, you're lighter, you're brighter, you're happier. My kids, they're like, Mom, we've never seen you so happy before. So I'm just truly grateful for every experience that I've gotten to have that continues to allow me to be more of myself, be more of who I am, and continue to grow and evolve and show up in ways that I can, not only for myself, but for humanity.
For humanity. Now, I'm coming back because I wrote some things down. Circle around these. So, okay. All right. Let me ask you this. So, what do you feel? I'm feeling like I'm supposed to ask you about an urgency that is in the air for us, as a collective of people. You know what I mean? Something that needs to be moved on. They tell me that, it's you know what it is. It started coming in, and I think this is to push it out your mouth from maybe even the very first time, but you've known about it and you've been thinking about it. There's some kind of an urgency, some perspective or retrospection or something going on. Tell me what you think I'm talking about, because I have no clue.
Wow, that's pretty deep. The urgency is that our planet needs us now to remember who we are, to remember that we are We are God inside of us. We have the divine spark inside of us, that we are co-creators of our life. We need to remember who we are so that we can create a planet that is in peace and harmony and love and connection. We need to remember who we are so that we don't lose our divine spark, the part of us that is God. Because humanity hasn't been going in the best direction for a very long time. And it is urgent. It is necessary. We need to save the planet. We need to save humanity. We need to remember and be the love that lives inside of us, for us, for everyone.
This is true. Well,
Yeah.
and there it is. And there it is. So let's talk about your team there real quick.
Yes.
Because there's something in there too. I'll tell you what, when I was scrolling down and looking at your team that started, I even read everything about each of them, even Gabrielle, because I knew her, but I was still reading everything about it.
Yes.
It felt like I promise you, it felt like if all of you were attached to the same ball of yarn, and by the time I read through and looked at each of you, the yarn had created like a dream catcher. It's like, so connection, that thing. So talk about your team and how did you build this place and this thing? Were they drawn to you? Were you drawn? How did it work? How did you know these were the handful of women?
Right. I really live in the flow of synchronicity. And so synchronicity brings everyone in. Synchronicity is a flow of the universe that is like a magnetic state that allows the perfect moments, people, places, messages to be magnetized to you, to move you forward. So I don't have to go look for anyone. They find me. They know when it's the time, when it's the moment, when they come in, I will recognize them. We will recognize each other. We will feel that deep soul connection and understanding and knowing, oh, we came here to do this work together. Come on, let's go. Yeah.
That is, listen, you guys, I'm telling you, let me move my little breakfast shake out of the way. Seriously, what you described, you see, I just reached right over and got it. Because I show this all the time to people. It is what you describe, and it's here where I'm at and wherever you're at. It's like this. We navigate through our journeys, and on the way to the people we are today, we have run into each other. And if we were garments and we check, oh, look, you came from the same manufacturing plant. But then we evolve and we ascend and we find ourselves in a place where we go like this. We each pull out our swatches and go, oh, would you look? We were literally cut from the exact same bolt of cloth.
Yes.
And like they just rolled off the same bolt and just here's some and here's some. This one goes there. Right. It's there's nothing like it in this universe. There's nothing like it. I just am so excited. Here's what I had circled. You do know you're like they tell me you're a walking oxymoron. And if you were to be called a walking oxymoron, you are a tiny giant. You're a tiny giant. And that means that in big things come in small packages. You don't have the voice of a Rosie O'Donnell or a Hillary Clinton, but you have a voice that will be heard down through the hallways of history for a long, long time to come. I'm here to tell you that. And what you were describing that day when you were telling it to us, they showed me that back when at the beginning, it was like vines everywhere, but it was easier because you had your arms to rip them down with. But it was even harder, that last piece, because now the vines had fallen to your ankles. And when you have to get out of them without using your hands, it can be very frustrating because you're trying to get a foot or a whole ankle through a thing like a vine opening, but you have to wait and let them work themselves loose, or they work against you and things begin to feel tighter. And you just got rid of them all. I'm just telling you, I'm so proud of your work. You guys, the connector is scrolling down below. You see it. I'm going to drop that, as well as the adoptuskids.org link. Both of those will be in your comment section in just a couple minutes here. So I just want to say, hey, what do you got coming up in 2024? Anything we ought to keep our eyes and our ears open for?
Sure. One of my favorite experiences that we offer are women's retreats. And we have some women's retreats coming up in 2024. One is going to be in Hawaii, activating the goddess within, really stepping into your powers, your intuition, and all the gifts and skills that you have inside of you. And it's a sisterhood of the goddess. So it's going to be like that deep, feminine, wild container that we're creating. And then in September of 2024, the spiritual community that is nearest and dearest to my heart in northern Italy, we will be going to Damanhur. It is the most advanced spiritual community on the planet. So
wow.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So if people want to find out more about these wonderful events and everything else about you, that's the place to come, what we see scrolling.
Definitely.
That's awesome, man. That thing in Hawaii, you made me consider becoming a eunuch. Just so I could go and pass out grapes or something. Man, it sounds just awesome. But I cannot wait to see you again. I love everything about you, and I'm just so honored to have I thank you is really what I want to say. Because if you had not shown up, who knows if I would have ever had this experience. And so that's how important it is that we show up. And I'm just so grateful that you did, no matter what, you were there. And I am a different person today because of it. So thank you. Now, listen, any last words for everybody? It's time to go.
I just want to thank you, Dr. Lauren, for inviting me on the show, for seeing me the way that you see me, for honoring the way that you've honoring me, and just for being who you are, showing up for your followers, your listeners, your community in the way that you are, because you truly are a channel, a gift, and a guide to everyone that is following you. So thank you.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Thank you. You're just, I just love you. And I tell you guys every day. Now, wait a minute. There we go. I love you guys too. You know that. I couldn't do it without you, nor would I choose to. And God willing, I'll meet all of you tomorrow morning for our final show of the week. Still got a couple more RPXPs coming up next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But tomorrow, guess who it is? Wait a minute. Let me flip to it. Tomorrow, boy. What month are we in? Oh, okay. Oh, Brienne is here tomorrow. Little quiet old Brienne. Yeah, she tried to get out of it, by the way. And I was like, nope. Everybody else had to come. So do you. So she'll be here tomorrow. And listen, you guys meet me out there tomorrow morning, right over there on the front porch at 8 a.m. Central. And I promise you, we're going to make the same thing happen. More spiritual magic through illuminated conversation. Now, in the meantime, you get out of here. You go find that one E and that one R. That's all you need, because when you woke up this morning, you were already great. Go take that to greater. You were already strong. Go and make that stronger. And you definitely were already bright. Go and make that light brighter, won't you please? And get out of here and find your high self. And always, I tell you, I love you. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Bye, you guys. Thank you, Krystia. Wonderful job. Wonderful. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul.